Louis doesn't really get social distancing. He's the sort of kid who wants to snuggle everything, particularly babies younger than himself. Well done. Royal rituals don't generally leave much room for surprises, as every action is closely monitored, but in a recent public outing, something totally unexpected occurred. The focus came to Prince Louis, and within seconds, the whole atmosphere of the occasion changed. Even King Charles seemed taken by surprise for a moment. Although the moment was not dramatic, it had a subtle seriousness that left an indelible mark. What had happened in that fleeting moment that has everyone's tongues wagging? Let's see how Prince Louis altered the mood of a royal occasion with a single, symbolic gesture. At the ripe age of 7, Prince Louis did something few had anticipated. He bowed his head, peacefully, purposefully, and respectfully. What struck observers most wasn't so much the gesture, but how effortlessly it came from a child so young. Even King Charles hesitated. For one who has become best known for his mischievous energy and playfulness, it was a sobering reminder that Prince Louis is a royal heir with a name that speaks to centuries of royal law, history, and tradition. At birth on April 23, 2018, when Prince William and Duchess Kate had their third child, the town crier hailed the arrival of their third child outside the hospital. His full name, His Royal Highness Prince Louis of Cambridge, was inherited from his father's then name, Duke of Cambridge. However, this name was not random. According to the former royal regulations promulgated in 1917 by King George V, only descendants through the male line and children of a monarch were entitled to use his or her Royal Highness. Great-grandchildren such as Louis, who are not directly in the line of succession, wouldn't be eligible. That all changed in 2012 when Queen Elizabeth II signed new letters patent, stating that all children of the Prince of Wales's eldest son, that is, all of Prince William's children, will be princes or princesses regardless of their place in the line of succession. Otherwise, Louis would have been Master Louis Cambridge instead of Prince. It is thanks to the Queen that he was born into royalty. Louis's name holds profound significance as well. His given full name, Louis Arthur Charles, is a nod to multiple generations of royal ancestry. Louis is a reference to Lord Louis Mountbatten, Prince Philip's adored uncle and significant mentor to Prince Charles. Arthur is a name shared in both Prince William's and King Charles's given full names and is associated with generations of British royal tradition dating back centuries. Charles, naturally, is a tribute to his grandfather, today's king. Names such as define almost every detail of royal existence, public status and protocol, the way he is treated during visits, reported on in the news, and even referred to at school or overseas. A name instills lifetime expectations, laying a course long before a child is even aware of it. Speculation about what name Louis may have as an adult runs rampant for many years to come. The Duke of Edinburgh is but one potential future title. Originally awarded to Prince Philip in 1947, it was transferred to Prince Edward in 2023 as a lifetime title upon Philip's passing. When Edward does so pass, the title will return to the crown, so the monarch is not obligated to confer it, and Louis would be an appropriate recipient, considering his tie to Philip and the symbolic nature of the position. Another possible title, Duke of York, historically conferred on the monarch's second son, but because that title is already occupied by Prince Andrew and beset with scandal, that title might not be revived. Otherwise, Louis would get a brand new dukedom assigned by the incumbent monarch. Prince Louis's title is a star of a life governed by heritage, statute, and royal policy. His sincere bow was more than a nice moment. It was a peek ahead to the future of an adolescent royal already learning the lesson of history. When King Charles bestowed upon Prince Edward the Duke of Edinburgh a title, many thought that it was short-term, not because Edward didn't have a right to it, but because the title holds profound symbolic significance. In the overall master plan of royal succession, it could someday pass to someone younger, someone like Prince Louis. The name has a history going back to 1726, when King George I bestowed it upon his grandson, Prince Frederick, to set him apart from his numerous siblings. It's only been given a few times since then, always to someone worthy to continue its honor with dignity. Prince Philip turned the title into legend. Following his marriage to Princess Elizabeth in 1947, He was made the Duke of Edinburgh and bestowed the title Great Significance by creating his Duke of Edinburgh's award scheme, which has enabled millions of young people in more than 130 nations. His legacy was built on discipline, service, and ecology awareness years before these causes were trendy. When Philip died in 2021, King Charles bestowed the title upon Prince Edward on March 10, 2023, his 59th birthday, as a mark of continuity and respect for the wishes of both Philip and the Queen's pledge. Edward and his wife Sophie had already worked for years carrying on Philip's philanthropic work, so the honor seemed well-deserved. But unlike before, the title will not automatically go to Edward's son, James. Instead, it will go back to the crown, in theory leaving the way open for Prince Louis down the line. Only 7 years old, Louis's path is just starting out, but it's already full of significance. While he won't inherit the throne, he will be raised in the international spotlight, bearing privilege as well as expectation. Were he to ever receive the Duke of Edinburgh title, it would represent more than tradition. It would be his acceptance of the obligations and customs of the monarchy, moving gracefully into a role so much greater than himself. Would he be prepared for that task? Keep reading to see. Prince Louis is a special member of the House of Windsor. Young as he may be, he is part of something much bigger than most would ever imagine, a tale that touches on royal heritage, world history, and contemporary change in what it is to be royal today. Born into the House of Windsor, formally established by King George V in 1917, his heritage embodies over a century of tradition. Britain was fighting against Germany at the time, and King George V resolved to rename the family's original German name, Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, to Windsor, a name which was more English and accessible. Since then, all monarchs from George V to King Charles III have continued it as a sign of stability. During war, loss, scandal, and progress, the House of Windsor has kept the monarchy intact. Prince Louis's connection to this historic thread traces through his father, Prince William, the eldest son of King Charles III and Princess Diana. William embodies continuity and the future generation of monarchy. Through Diana, Louis is connected to the Spencer family, which was associated with independence and a keen sense of justice. Diana was frequently considered the emotional center of the royal family, and her warmth continues in William and now Louis. His mother, Catherine, Princess of Wales, also redefined royal life. Prior to marriage, she was just Kate Middleton, born in a typical British family without titles or residences. She ushered in balance, serenity, and transparency into the monarchy, aspect that reflected her children, particularly Louis. In contrast to their predecessors, they do not seem stiff nor scripted when in public. They behave like loved, secure, and inquisitive children. Within their domestic environment, every child has her unique role. Prince George, the eldest, is serious and already learning what leadership means. Princess Charlotte, though younger, often takes charge, showing confidence and steadiness. Louis, however, is the family's free spirit, playful, expressive, and full of charm. He's the one dancing at royal events, pulling funny faces during parades, and making people laugh when they least expect it. But beneath the humor is awareness and warmth. He is aware of his place and his value, not in George's shadow, but alongside him, with his own journey quietly being formed. Louis's royal designation is a result of choices influenced by history, politics, and changing times. When King George V issued the letters patent in 1917, it set limits on who would hold royal titles, decisions that later led to debate when some of Queen Elizabeth II's great-grandchildren, including Prince Harry's children, Archie and Lilibet, were not automatically given titles. Questions arose about birth order, race, and royal tradition. Later, Queen Elizabeth changed the rules, and therefore when Louis was born, he was given the title Prince Louis of Cambridge. But there's more to come. King Charles III has stated his desire to have a slimmed-down monarchy with fewer working royals. That means future choices, such as whether Louis's children will be royal, are unknown, subject to how the monarchy evolves in the next few years. At the Platinum Jubilee in 2022, Prince Louis was a surprise hit. As the Queen's last big bash went ahead, it was Louis, covering his ears, tapping his hands to beat, and squirming in his seat, who stole the show. In a sea of stiff formal attire, his unguarded glee brought home the point that even royals have normal moments. The photos became viral. not in a mocking manner but endearingly. Catherine's serene, gentle management of her son drew worldwide acclaim. She did not rebuke or conceal him, but led him with warmth and dignity, demonstrating modern parenting at its finest. Since then, Louis has been seen at various occasions, from Christmas walkabouts at Sandringham to King Charles's coronation. He is learning to walk the line between playfulness and poise, still lively and expressive but more conscious of the significance behind royal duty. Those who have encountered him talk of a lively boy with a spark of a young Princess Diana, endearing, impulsive, and real. He makes the monarchy feel more human, in a way that no press statement ever has. He spans the decades between centuries of tradition and the desire for authenticity of the modern era. Behind his development is a new generation of royal parenting. Prince William and Princess Catherine are revolutionizing how royal children are raised, marrying up structure with emotional openness. In their household, feelings aren't pushed aside. They are talked about. Both parents are articulate champions of mental health, promoting their kids to let their feelings flow. This is the antithesis of the stiff upper lip that previous generations of royals employed. But emotional warmth does not equal lack of discipline. Routines are honored. Screen time is in moderation but monitored, and responsibilities are learned. With his limitless energy, Louis still adheres to structure and balance. Pals close to the family comment that discipline and affection live in harmony in their home. When Louis misbehaves, Kate redirects him gently and firmly, a lesson in calm consistency. They're also big on the outdoors, playing sports, gardening, and getting out into nature. In these small but significant decisions, William and Catherine are not only producing future royals, they're shaping emotionally intelligent, empathetic, and down-to-earth human beings, poised to bring the monarchy into a more human, relatable era.